Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning into Self Mastery. Jordan has an awesome spread for you, which I think you're going to enjoy.
Hi, everyone. We're going to do a co reading for you. This is the past life spread. So, I'm going to be looking at the potentials of a past life relationship. If you think you're experiencing that right now, or you have in the past, and you have some questions surrounding that, maybe this spread will help you out. G is going to start the reading off using majors only. Because it's such a high spiritual concept, I prefer to use only majors on the main spread. And I'll clarify one by one as we go.
Well, there you go. I've got all my majors here. It's been meditated on, it's been cut, and it is a 7 card, and you're going to close it with an oracle, and it's about the past life. So the first thing we have is, what's the divine purpose of your relationship? What is the divine purpose of this past life? You ready? Here we go. And it's the world.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't beat that. So the divine purpose is because you're supposed to be here in this world, and it cannot be any plainer than that. I mean, that's what I'm getting here. It cannot be any plainer. You are destined. It is meant to be. It has put forth into the universe, and this is why you're here. And the other thing too I get with the world card is, y- your divine relationship has all the elements that it needs to be nurtured. It's all there in the world. And you want to clarify for us.
Sure. I'm going to point out as well, because it just came to me that the world is all of the fixed signs. So you have Scorpio and Taurus and Aquarius and Leo there. Fixed meaning that there is a permanency to this situation. There is a permanency to your mission. So why is the world here? Why is the world here for whoever's resonating? We have the King of Swords, Aquarius himself. There could be communication between you two that's essential to the collective. You may have a message that needs to be carried forth out into the world, and it has to come from a place of honesty and clarity. So, with the King of Swords in the world, I would say that your main mission is communicating to the world clearly things you both understand. There's something about that that's part of your mission together.
You can't ask for any better than that to start this reading. I'm pretty psyched out about it. And
That's a
again,
beautiful mission.
well, thinking about that, but what, you asked, so the next question is, what kind of signs? Okay. What kind of signs will show that this is a past life divine connection? And I cannot wait to draw this. It better be good, right? And it's the sun. Well, the first thing I want to tell you is, and I got this with an earlier reading, um, the main sign you're going to get is illumination. You're illuminated, and you're illuminating people with your divine relationship. If you haven't noticed this in your divine relationship, you you illuminate so many things that you both set your hands on. It's almost like King Midas. I'm sent. Take a look at this. The first thing I get intuitively is King Midas. Everything you touch, I'm sorry. It's just a beautiful card. Let me do it again. Everything you touch turns to gold. Everything you two touch turns to gold. And again, you have the world and the sun. Oh, see what I mean? Aren't you glad you came here today? So Jordan's going to clarify on this, and I'm going to switch the camera. Woo. And here you go.
I also had another, just a little bit of a hit as you were reading that card, G. So, what signs will show you that this is somebody from your past life, and how will you know? With the sun, there's going to be a sense of rejuvenation in yourself because of this connection. What you'll find with past life connections often is that they contribute to a greater whole in this current life. So, the illumination you bring into each other's lives is going to uplift you both. And with that clarity of communication from the King of Swords, that's where you emanate your message from. Also, the sun could point to a seasonal card. You might have met this person in the summer, well on vacation, something like that. Let's see, why is the sun here as the signs? Look at this, you guys. We have the Queen of Swords now. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. How will you know? It's going to be perfectly clear to you. You two speak the same language. You two communicate on the same level. There's a perfect sense of clarity and harmony in your communication with each other. Also, with this divine couple on the board, this to me is the couple in tarot with the most respect for each other. Genuinely among you both, there is a high level of respect and no confusion with the sun. So that's how you're going to know.
And it's interesting too, if you wanted to work with the swords and the sun brings in some warmth. And rarely you're going to get that with the swords. So I kind of like the temperature there on that cold steel.
That's interesting. It's almost like the communication between you two is where that rejuvenating energy emanates from. It's almost like that a level of respect is what uplifts the energy here. Very beautiful.
So then you ask yourself, okay, why are we reuniting? Why has the universe allowed this to happen? Why are you reuniting? And we're going to go with this. You ready? The Fool's Journey. You're reuniting because it's time for another life of journey with each other. And that's storytelling right there. That this is storytelling. I mean, you can't beat this. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of blown away by with the Fool. It's a new beginning, people. But because it's lifetimes and lifetimes, this Fool knows some things too. And each time you go through the majors and you're back again, you remember? You end. Isn't it interesting? You're here because of the world, and he ended and got the world. So you see, you're already looping out with the heat on you in the sun. So that's what I'm getting on this.
Very, very cool. This reading can go quite deep, can't it? With the Fool card coming straight out of the world like that, so why are you meeting again? Because it's time for the new adventure. In the past life with the world, a certain amount of what you were doing came to a completion and it couldn't go any further. Now it's time to take it further. And what better card for that than the Fool? That's Aries energy. So it's all about having the courage together to do that.
And again, if you take a look at what I have here, it's the story. It's really the story right here. And I'm telling you, I'm very impressed by how things are laying out today. I don't know
It's
about
so
you.
cool. The Fool is kind of jumping out of that sun, like, I'm here, you know?
Yeah,
The
it's
rebirth
time.
has happened. Yes.
It's time.
So, okay, so let's ask, why is the Fool here? Why is the Fool here? For why you're reuniting. Why is the Fool here? All right. Well, we had two, but for this reading, I only do one clarifier. So I'm going to take the first one out, and we have the Nine of Wands. Amazing. More fire energy. The Nine of Wands to me with the Fool points to you've almost completed a mission here together. This is the last wand. This is the last time. This could be, you guys, that this meeting again in this lifetime is going to bring the completion into the situation. It could be that the path of learning and the path of teaching that you've been on together is reaching a pinnacle. And in this lifetime with the Fool, it's kind of like this is the big one. This is the main reason why.
Now, let me ask you a question. On the next question, what happens on that? Is it the plane? Could you illuminate us with that with on the next question? Because you are in you do in the you're in the astrology.
Yeah, for this question, when I say what is happening on the astral, so we have kind of the 3D or earthy version of what your goal is, but how are you communicating to each other on the psychic level? What is the nature of that communication or the nature of your psychic bond?
All right, well that sounds good, and that's what we're going to give you right now. So how is it in that realm? And I'm going to shuffle. I feel good about this. You ready? Can you hear the drum roll? We have the magician. I'll take it. You're communicating through the magician. with all your tools. And remember how we talked about that? Didn't we say this in the world card? I said you had all your tools that you need for this next run. Okay. And you're doing that through the magician, through just, uh, I'm telling you, it's having everything you need that you have experienced through these lifetimes. And that's what you're getting here. It's pure magic. That's, I think it is. I don't know about you, but
That's so interesting because with the magician showing up in the astral plane, it's almost like that you guys are creating some kind of alchemical change in the collective through your psychic connection. It's almost like that magician is there performing magic via your combination of energy. I hope that makes sense. It's like the two of you is what gives the magician the tools. So, in your psychic communication with each other, there's absolutely magic happening. You
and
may
let me,
not be cognitively aware of that, though.
but even let me point this out too. We started off with the world, which is the end. We jump to the fool, and then we went to the magician. We are literally going in step. That you can't make this up.
It's amazing, you guys. All right, so let's ask, what is that magician up to? What kind of magic? Why is the magician there in the astral communication? We have the Queen of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius here. Okay. With the Queen of Wands clarifying the magician, let me give that just a minute. Because I knew where I was going, and then all of a sudden the Queen of Wands had a different message for me here. I think what's happening is that I'm tying the Queen of Wands into the sun here. The magic that's being performed between the two of you on a psychic level and a earthy level here is rising your belief in yourself. It's bringing confidence to you both. It's like there's a magnetism that's rising up from the combination of the two of you. That's where the perfect magic lies, the two of you together.
One thing too is that I'm still blown away by what we're getting here. And the next question is, I find it pretty intriguing that you come up with was how did your past life end? That that's pretty intense.
That's quite a question. Let's see for whoever's resonating with this.
I feel like I'm on the hot seat. How did it end? Here we go. The wheel.
Whoa. Destiny. So there was a turn of bad luck of some kind, perhaps.
Or maybe it was the end of the cycle, too.
We do have the world.
Yep. So I am saying that based on this, it's like, yeah, it ended. It was the end of a cycle, and I'm gonna go with you've got the fixed stuff here too. The world and the wheel, again, all the elements you need. That's something to rest in, people. I can definitely tell you that. I just feel you got it all there. All
It
right.
points to a certain amount of like that there's an infinity component in your connection as well. We're dealing with two closed circles, so it never breaks. It's a perpetual turning of the destiny between you two. It's Sagittarius energy. It is the spiritual educator of the zodiac. So, why is the wheel here? How did it end in the past life? What does that wheel mean? All right. Too many. Why is the wheel there? How did this end come apart in the past life? Okay. We have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. Neptune energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Strictly speaking, this is Pisces. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Cups, how it completed. Well, in the past life, you might need to continue it on because it never reached a completed state. I got that with the Nine of Wands, and now I'm getting it with the Seven of Cups. There was something that happened with that wheel turning. I mean, remember the wheel of destiny can turn in either direction. There could have been a spate of bad luck and it caused confusion in the situation. Either way, it never reached its full set of missions because there was something that went down that was unclear. That's what I'm getting.
And the next thing we talk about is the challenges of disconnection. That there's challenges. There were challenges in the past, but right now we're talking about the challenges now. And I am safely gonna pull a card that you're just gonna love. Ready? The challenge is strength. That is always oh that is always a challenge. And I had strength come up today too in my main energy and a reading I just finished too. And what a challenge it is, Jordan, it's crazy keeping that strength up and not having any fear and walking through. Again, we got the fool here. So walking through without any fear. And sometimes I just get cards and that's all they have to say to me. Strength.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple of hits off that strength card, if I may.
Yeah, of
With
course.
with the strength card, I automatically went back to the 9 of wands as to why this is reuniting in this lifetime. And remember I said that this is the big wand. This is the final one that will complete your mission together and move you into that place of leadership. King and Queen of Swords are leaders. We have a confidence improving here due to your psychic connection with each other. The strength comes up because it's oops, sorry. I'll show you the card because it's one more push time. It's going to require a lot of integrity be drummed up with inside of you for your confidence to be there as you two step into your mission in this lifetime. So the strength is coming from the perseverance. It's getting, this is probably the most difficult part of your mission together, this incarnation. So there could be a lot of challenges. But why don't we find out what some of them are? I'm going to clarify that one.
All right. I'm going to put you on full.
Why is strength here as the challenge? I mean, strength is Leo's major arcana. The Nine of Wands is Leo's card. So it makes sense. You're approaching it with the energy that is required to complete this mission. Why is strength here? You guys, we have the Magician again. Unbelievable. Virgo and Gemini here. With the Magician coming in with strength as the challenge, what did I say? This is the mission that you guys are completing. It is what you're meant to do. And it requires that you have a lot of personal integrity, confidence, and courage to complete what you wished for and what your mission is. So, holding on to that strength is going to be very important.
So, the final question. Well, it's just the advice that or the guidance we're going to need here. And I'm going to shuffle it. So far, I hope you're enjoying this because if you do feel like you're in a past life connection, this is a total reading that I mean, I would be embracing this. So, what is the advice? And I had this earlier too. Good grief. It's the Chariot. It's a beautiful card. The advice, the Chariot, and that is to absolutely push through. I mean, push through with this. Be in the same lane. Two people in the same lane pushing forward. And the other word I get is it's the perseverance aspect of it. It is the push through, and it works beautifully with the strength. So that's what I'm getting there. And it takes it takes what I'm getting here is confidence. You're going to need the confidence to actually pull through. It's confidence, and you only get confidence by look it. You've got the walk. It's this is all. You should have enough confidence right now. You could. It's amazing how much confidence you have with this reading. What do you think?
That's Cancerian's major arcana there with the Chariot, and Cancer is all about consulting your intuition. So, with the Magician there, we saw the Magician in your astral connection between each other. This is about unifying your vision. It's about getting onto the same page, and so that that Chariot now, which is the direction your connection is headed in, is not being pulled in different directions. Make sure the guidance here is to keep moving forward, but with authority and a unified goal.
I love this card. And see, here's the black and white horse. So notice this. Their heads are going in two different directions. And I'm telling you, the guidance in this scenario is if you have two horses going left and right, that chariot is only going to stay still. If you want to go forward, you've got to go forward with the strength. You've got a new journey. You've got all your tools. You've already been here before. And the I love the fact that you chose to do the major on the main spread. That was brilliant thinking. I love
Why,
it.
thank you. You guys, okay. Are you ready? Because I'm clarifying that chariot card and I'm asking, why is the chariot here? Why is that the advice and why is it needed? And I get the Wheel of Fortune, which is what opened our spread as your main mission, you guys. So, what I mentioned about unifying your vision to carry the message into the collective, this is doubling down on that. This is saying that wheel that for some reason was abandoned in the past. Now I'm getting the idea that maybe your vision wasn't unified. You guys weren't on the same page, or there was some kind of confusion in your past life. Now it's time to unify all of that so that you can complete your mission with the Wheel of Fortune. Showed up before in the same spot. I don't think it could. I'm gonna get one more.
Well, I'm showing up the full card now because I just sensed that I want to discuss the fact that, okay, listen, we get the full card, right? But it doesn't, fool specifically is not the fool walking alone. This is both of you. You're not alone in this. Remember that. I can't stress that enough. I wanted, that's why I was like, I had to show him.
I
There's,
love that. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Very keen.
All right,
And
I'm
I'm
going to put you
about
on
to
full.
freak out over here because I asked for one more clarifier on the Wheel of Fortune. So again, with clarifiers, you always ask why. Why is the Wheel of Fortune back? When it was with the Seven of Cups and what ended your past connection, you guys. Death and rebirth. Scorpio's energy here. The wheel came back because it's time to reinvent, as it were. Whatever was abandoned in your past life is now needing to be transformed and completed as the mission that it is.
And there's no better transformation than what death and the magician.
Absolutely. I'm just going to take a little peek see at the bottom of the deck because I just can't not. And we have the Four of Wands, fire energy. The Four of Wands, look at that, you guys. Look at that energy of celebration, of completion. Remember when I said this is your last mission together? Then you get the arrival, the container for your love and your passion and your expression. That's what the goal is right there. It could be work involved for the two of you as well.
Well, I'll tell
I'm
you what,
definitely getting that, there is a communication energy that has to do with putting a message out into the collective for sure.
hence the swords.
Hence the swords.
Hence the swords.
Are we
And
ready to close off the reading with some clarifiers, or do you have more thoughts there, G?
um again, I do like the fact of the sun being here. And again, let me, I'm showing you the sun again. Everything, you notice the gold, everything you touch, you two, this divine connection, anything you touch is going to be gold. I just want you to know that. And I want you to rest in that. I want you to rest in the fact of I am sensing this. These are so strong. And not only are they strong, they're great. They're great cards. I'm excited for you and your divine connection. I'm going to give it to you to button it up if you want.
A few takeaways of advice from the reading, then, you guys, is to remember that you have the communication with each other. Always communicate. That's very important. That communication is what's going to keep this Seven of Cups, which ended your destiny in the past life, from happening again. Make sure there's no confusion in this situation so that you can unify that vision and point the chariot in the same direction this time, because you're here to complete that mission. Step into your confidence. Know that you're being called through destiny and what you manifested. That's what the Queen of Wands is all about. And have faith in what it is that you're trying to create. So I'm going to close it off with a couple of oracles. I'll start off with the Lover's Oracle. I can't shuffle these because they're heart-shaped and I make a big mess. So I'm just going to draw from where I'm guided to draw. What do we have? If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. That's what we have with the Queen of Wands. So it again, if you could do anything, have that confidence. Believe in what you've got inside of both of you. And no, I'm going to do one more. I was going to switch oracle decks, but I actually don't want to. Let's get another one. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. What did I just say? The Queen of Wands and the Magician. Trust your heart. Follow that guidance and communicate with each other. That's what I have, you guys.
Those were great. Those were really good. I love it when you do button up with the oracles. That's it. Really,
Oracles are great for that. I recommend everybody get themselves a good deck of oracles for sure.
I if I were to say anything about this, is I am excited for you. Congratulations. Welcome back. um, I think it's a wonderful reading.
And I'm going to say thank you for the work you're putting into the collective. We all benefit from love. So that's oftentimes why these past life connections come back into play. You're needed in the collective right now.
And you're appreciated too. Have a wonderful day and thank you for watching Self Mastery.
Namaste.
Bye bye.